The Dyson Sphere's construction continues, and it's time to science out how I might be able to get even more rockets down the line as quickly as I can, while also checking on spiniform stalagmite crystals, and setting up crude oil for export, and automatic rocket launcher construction. Few things. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. And take a look specifically at this first. It does seem like we are struggling to get these all the way down the line. And by these, I'm referring to Deuteron fuel rods. So, obvious opportunity to increase the production rate of those, first and foremost, if we're going to have more rockets building. But another thing that I want to do this episode is I want to get, because I'd completely forgotten that I set this up, but I want to go ahead and get automatic construction going for my rocket launchers themselves. So obviously we want to make sure that I'm producing as many rockets as I can, and it does seem like the numbers are pretty good here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and bolster these a little bit. Let's see what I can do first of all. I probably need to put a few things away here, if I even can. Yeah, let's put that away. And now we have a little bit of room to maneuver. Alright, we don't have any of those in inventory. That's fine. I do now. And now it's just a matter of, let's place a satellite substation so that everything in the area can be powered. Now, this is not going to solve any problems. And as a matter of fact, it might actually create fresh demand on the deuterium line, because we were so excited in the last episode that deuterium made it all the way down this line. So this might actually reverse that a little bit, and that would be a shame. But I'm going to watch it for just a moment and see how it does, just in case there's more that I need to do in this area. It does seem like deuterium is still making it mostly down the line, which is good to see. I just want to see it stack up. That's all I really care about. Okay, yeah, we're starting to run out at a few of the end lines, but also I'm starting to see lines... Yeah, I'm starting to see resources make it all the way down. So when I see these big chunks come in of deuterium, that's when I'm a little bit more excited about the situation. And then the other question is, with this setup, as I have it, do I have enough deuterium coming in to continue supplying this? Which is a pretty big question. Alright, it seems like these last two might be struggling a little bit. Yeah. This third one, the one that... This was the first one to report that there was a shortage, is eating up everything. And we'll see if that changes here. Okay, there are a few coming down. That's good. I just want to see that we're completely stocked. It does look like it's improving, actually. So it's slowly but surely producing all of the Deuteron fuel rods that I need. It's just taking a minute. So there's that. So that's one thing that'll help the construction of the Dyson Sphere along. Now the next thing I want to do is not going to help directly, but it will help me when it's time for me to build more of these rocket launchers. So I have all of the resources in place to build the rocket launchers. I've got them imported. It requires titanium alloy, frame material, graviton lenses, and quantum chips. So, let's take a look at where we have some of those resources. We have quantum chips right here. And then we have... Well, that's actually not relevant here. So I think I might have to move some materials around in order to make this happen, but that's totally okay. The main thing is that I have, I think it's this one here. Yes, this is where I have my lenses. So, 4 resources. 2 of which are here, and then the frame materials and titanium alloy, I think, are on the opposite pole. Oh no, we have some being brought right here as well. Okay, so it's mainly just the titanium alloy. Yeah, we have this one, and then the... chips right here. So it's titanium alloy that needs to be brought up, and that's fine, because I have plenty of extra, and I just need to get it moved. So let's get to work on that. Hang on, let's put a few of these things away. I don't want to be in a situation where I randomly drop something. Alright, I can put that there. That's a little bit of extra room. Okay, titanium alloy. Yeah, you can definitely tell that I'm consuming literally all of the spiniform stalagmite crystal that I'm requesting here. So I might need to... That's one of the reasons I mentioned that at the beginning of the episode. We need to head to Leonis Minoris 2, which is our ocean refinery planet, and set up a couple of things. Alright, so we already have these outputting in a couple of different directions. And now the most important one is actually going to be... Hang on. Let's change this somewhat. Can I connect to you directly? No. But I can do this. And now we're going to have another one going down this way. And this is going to go down a good while, actually. Because we're going to send this all the way across. Oh good, we've got a straight line. I didn't see that coming. That makes life a little bit easier. Okay, now getting it through here is going to be a bit of a pain. Let's see if there's a way we can do it. Alright, that won't work. Yeah, it seems like... What I will have to do is go around. It's fine. As long as this resource gets where it needs to go, I'm fine with this many sitting on the line. It does not bother me in the slightest. As you know, if you've watched this series through and through. So... now we're just going to bring these up. Actually, I do want to make sure that I have a straight line set up here, so let's do that. Beautiful. Okay, so I've reached the point... Hang on, I need to get this all the way through here. There we go. Alright, so I think I've reached a point where I'm comfortable having these set up for production. So let's go ahead and have these kind of swing this direction. And I don't need to have, like, a ton of these being produced. Like, I'm okay with, like, a set of just 4 factories building these and leaving it at that. Honestly, even the 4 is more than I probably need. But what I'm going to do is say I want the vertical launching site. I'll have an export line set up here. And I'll give it a little bit of extra room, bring it all the way over here, because I can... Can I set up a storage there? Is that too close? Nope, I can. Perfect. Now in this case, I don't need that to fill up very far. So let's connect here. Beautiful. And now we need a bunch more resources brought in here. So specifically 3 more. I need to make sure that we have the frame materials, the graviton lenses, and the quantum chips all here. And it's going to require decent amounts of these, but I'm not going to produce a ton of these. I just want to have enough, you know, I want to have this process running automatically, but once they're built and the storage is full to the amount that I plan to set it to fill up, which is not going to be much, then we're done. All right, so are we good here on these? Yes, we are. So this is one place where I can very clearly just have these exporting. I can actually do a couple of export goods here. All right, so where are those buildings? There they are. All right, that's one. Oh, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect spacing. It's going to work out great. So now I have the frame material. Now these these are going to be hungry for these resources. It's going to take a lot out of them, but it's fine. All right, so now I want to bring these lenses straight down. And in the case of the lenses, yeah, I want you to connect there. Because the lenses actually will hop over like this. And they're going to feed the buildings from this side. Which is necessary because we have an output, but then 4 resources coming in. All right, so now let's let that finish connecting and we'll be good to go. So that's 3 of 4, right? Yep. So now I just need the last one. Which is where? Let's see. I think it's all the way across. Yep. It's over... it's over here. All right, so it seems like we may... What's the problem here? We're short on processors again. How? All right, well, we're going to have to go look at that again. And probably just increase production dramatically there because clearly Zeta RA is struggling to keep our apparatus moving here. And especially if we're going to set this up to function like this and supply, you know, another major resource here. We need to have those coming in. So it's like processors and electromagnetic turbines are just the bane of your existence. You'll never have enough, which we've definitely talked about in the past. All right, so I'm just going to bring this all the way over here. Yeah, there we go. This is crazy, because a second ago I felt like it was looking really good, and I was building up a backstock, but apparently I didn't look closely enough, because we still have a problem. All right, so I want to elevate this line here. And then I'm just going to bring this down like so. Then have it come around like this. Can have it elevate like that and then come back down, and here we are. This is where we need it to be. We just need to check out the processor situation. I need to go to Leonis Minoris first. We're going to do things in order, but processors not being adequately produced is a major problem, which I need to figure out as soon as I can. So that should be straight enough. So now at least if the resources start flowing normally again here, which they are now, actually, then we can have a decent amount of these ready. And I'm going to go ahead and tell this construction line that I only want, you know what, let's say 1 stack of these. Because I just want, you know, whatever is on the stack, whatever can enter that box and whatever can fill this line. That's all I want for these. Because this is requiring, these require large amounts of these resources, and I don't want to build a ton of them because they'll be a huge drain. And it's not necessary to mass produce too many. So with that in mind, actually, let me go ahead and offload some of the resources I'm carrying so that I don't have quite as many. Yeah, see, now there's 400 graviton lenses sitting in those buildings. And I just need to get my processor situation worked out. So, all right, we've got that set up. Next stop is very clearly Leonis Minoris. And then I need to figure out what's going on with processors. Processors won't be difficult to figure out, I don't think. I probably just need to significantly increase the rate of production. All right, so there's Leonis Minoris. Let's go. Over halfway done on our current research progress, which is just additional flight speed for the drone, but then we're going to have better logistics drone and logistics vessel navigation speed, which would be pretty nice. All right, pretty significant change that I want to make here. Let's take a look at Leonis Minoris 2, because we have work to do. Lots of work to do. All right, so we have lots of crude oil. How is this doing as far as keeping the line full? All right, it's nice and full, which is what I wanted to see, because I want to set up a line that will actually export that. And I might do it from the opposite pole. Power-wise, how we doing? Yeah, we're completely fine on power, which is at kind of what I expected. So let's go ahead and place... Yeah, we're going to prepare a brand new spot for a brand new interstellar logistics station. And this one... And also, I do want to make sure that the charge rate is correct on these. It's in really good shape. So I will go ahead and just say that I want warpers brought directly. I could bring these down from the other pole. I'm not going to. Remote demand, and they're automatically on the way, instantaneously. So that's one of the reasons I'm not worried about it. One of the many. Let's see. Is that going to be far enough? Close enough? Let's see exactly what we need here. There we go. Alright, so now if I kind of space that out like so, hopefully that will be enough for the next one. It is. These are probably not being perfectly spaced, but I don't need them to be perfectly spaced. It's fine. I just need them to connect. And in a moment, we're going to break off some of the oil. Perfect. Almost done. Probably just one more, maybe? 2 more? Yeah, it might take 2 more. I can just build a tower there, and I'll be good. All right, so now, much more easily, there's a couple things I can do here. I can, first of all, we can do more spiniform stalagmite exporting from here. We can do more exporting of everything from here, to be honest. If there's anything that's kind of clogged up, I can do more. So I also have another crude oil seep literally right here that I can probably set up just to... Yeah, I'm going to do that. We're going to set this up to connect directly to the line going into the station, just so that we can have that running. Oh, not quite enough foundation support? Okay. So be it. Actually, wait. I don't want to use that line. I want to use... Yeah. We're going to reposition this somewhat. How are we doing power-wise? Yeah, I'm going to need to do more. But that's okay. I've got what I need. It's one of the beautiful things about this stage of the game is that there's so much that's just automatically available to you. And it's all you're doing, which is really the beauty of it in a lot of ways. All right, so we already have crude oil coming from that particular station. Now I will go ahead and set up... Oh, no, we don't. Just kidding. There we go. I want to set up an additional spiniform stalagmite export here because God knows we have enough of it on this planet. There's still 20 million spiniform stalagmites sitting on this planet, and we have plenty of room to transport it. So I'm going to significantly now increase the rate at which that resource is coming off this planet just by plugging up a few more deposits here. It's going to be great. Can I get 18? Yes, I can. I just want to make sure that I have power in place, and it looks like I might be able to sneak... I can sneak a power building here, and then one, like, there. Glorious. I still need more... Yeah. I'm going to need to produce more power. But this is a good start. Alright, I'm just going to run a belt. I could use drones. But I'm not gonna. Okay. Perfect. Now the question is, will that be enough? It might be. Especially if I increase the mining rate of these. Let's see how this export is looking. Let's see how quickly... Yeah, see, they're already flying some off. So this is going to fill up really fast. And what I could potentially do... Yeah, I've had an idea. I'm not going to use that same line more than once, but we've got another deposit right down here. Actually, there's one right here. That's even better. That is even better. Let's go ahead and surface this one. And this one too. Why the heck not? Not going to do anything with that just yet, but we'll do this one. Need foundation support. There we go. Now this This one is going to be a little bit different, I think, because I think it makes more sense to connect it to the power grid by going south. That's what seems to make sense to me. So that's what we're going to do. Will you? That's one thing I've noticed more. I don't know if it's just because of things loading in the background just for milliseconds, but as you get into late game Dyson Sphere Program, sometimes single interface clicks don't register as easily. I don't know how to explain it otherwise, and it's not a problem at all. It's probably just due to the fact that the game is processing as much as it is. There's a little bit more system load, and so sometimes you'll have certain interface elements not work quite as effectively, given the way that they're programmed. It's not something I'm super familiar with, but it's just a noticeable aspect at this stage of the game. And not just for the series, but I've noticed it in my own play, regardless of whether I'm recording for YouTube. Alright, so now we have 2 lines of that coming in, and also plenty of oil as well. Now, another thing I want to do, as much as I like the fact that we have, you know, that oil set up like that, I purposely set up this operation. Okay, hang on. Yeah, here's what I want to do. Collide with other object. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Can I not put a splitter right? Oh, I can't. Oh, that's so lame. Okay. Can't do that, but I can do this. Okay, so now we're going to bring some of the oil, not all of it, just some of it. We're going to split the oil coming off of that particular line and bring it up north. Perfect. So that's just an even split. It'll still leave plenty of oil on the line. It looks like there's still plenty more coming. And there's still plenty more oil to be harvested from this planet. Now, another thing that I could do, since hydrogen, believe it or not, is still full here. Still full. Hang on, let's look at this and see how this is working out. I have... Yeah, if hydrogen's still full, maybe I need to switch one of these to burning hydrogen. Just trying to balance out the extent to which this is working here. Alright, so they're going to finish burning that and then start pulling hydrogen from the line. But one thing I could do is I could start having some of my hydrogen go down to that other station as well, just so that there's additional storage. I don't think it's necessary, to be honest, but it's something that I could do. All right, so that addresses a couple of issues here. Let's also take a look at... Yeah, oh, hello. Yeah, see, I forgot that I set it up that way when this planet was first established. That thing has been on low charging power this whole time, so that's been part of the problem. The one export station has been on half power. That is my bad. Now we absolutely need to do some additional work here, though. That's a rather catastrophic oversight. Alright, so now power-wise we're just about at capacity. We can do better than that, though. So I still have more of these. Glorious. And this is one of the reasons, by the way, that I need to make sure that I'm starting to harvest antimatter from Gacrux 1. Because I'm really upping the extent to which I am burning through antimatter containment and antimatter fuel cells through these artificial suns. But that's a huge step up. So now we are outputting oil, which will help hydrogen production on Alpha Andromeda 2 not fall flat. And we can go back and look at that before we end the episode. But I'm also outputting a lot more of this. And I've also increased the charge rate of these, which should help significantly in really just about every way. So that's a huge win. Let's go ahead and put a few things away. Now, what else? Yeah, spiniform stalagmite crystal, setting crude oil. Oh, yes, that's right. Next order of business. Let's head back, though, to Zeta RA and figure out what's going on with processor production. Because I really want that planet. It's set up to produce processors at an insane rate, and it's not doing that right now. So we need to pay them a visit and see what's going on there. And then that might not take particularly long. We'll see. Famous last words. And then Alpha Andromeda, we can double check on just to see that our oil import is working properly. Which it should be. I'd plugged it up before I left. Alright, so we're going to Zeta RA1. Alright, it does still seem like we're producing plenty. I just zoomed past it. Alright, Zeta RA1. We're producing plenty. We just might not be bringing in enough. We might need to just, like, double production for these. It's entirely possible. So, let's take a look at these stations. Let's set you to 120. Alright, power-wise, how we doing? We're fine. Alright, so I guess let's have a look. Alright, we are low on copper ingot production, and as a consequence, we are low on circuit board production. So let's figure out what's going on there, because that could be the main reason we're having an issue. It doesn't actually look like... That's not expected. It doesn't look like there's a shortage yet. So what I need to do is just fill in some space here and do some additional copper production, which is fine. Specifically copper ingot production. Because these are working overtime. Perfect. Let's do 5 more. They're all already powered. And I actually built that perfectly by mistake. Doesn't always happen. And you can tell that the other resources have all backed up because it's copper that's having an issue. Now while I'm here, I want to check the status of my mines and make sure that we're in good shape. So we have lots of silicon coming in here. We have copper coming in from this direction, way down this way. Alright, so it's this vein here, and it's completely full. I have an additional copper vein here, 2 more, actually. So let's go ahead and connect these while I'm here, because I don't want this to be a problem down the line. This is 24 veins. 24. I can't even get them fully mined if I wanted to. But I can connect them. I can get to most of them. Okay. Let's just set this up manually. right, so now I just need to get one of these placed. Then one of these. And then one of these. Now, power-wise, that might be a little bit of a demand. Nope, it's not that bad. So now it's simply a matter of getting a splitter down. I am just going to use basic lines. No need to use drones. Oh, there's that random J-curve at the end again. Alright, and now we're in a very good position because what I can do is this, which will help all three mines deplete more slowly. And actually, let's just to make sure that we don't develop a problem down the line here, literally. Oh, actually, I don't need one there. But let's put pilers in place, like this. There we go. All right, so now we should have a very, very healthy copper situation. Power-wise, we're still in good shape. Let's see how things are. If I go down here, silicon-wise, we're completely okay. Copper ingot-wise, we're completely okay. Looks like we're backed up all the way, and now we have more chips than we know what to do with. So now what we should see is, okay, now we're starting to run low on crystalline components. Oh, that's what it's called, right? Microcrystalline components? Yeah. These are definitely tough. Like, for sure. So it requires copper and silicon. You know, there is a pretty easy solution, though, to increasing the production of these. The way that I have these lines oriented, I can just double up here. Check this out. Yeah, this will work. I'll start an entirely new line of them here, and it'll be fine. Hang on, house space. I can do better than that. Hang on, let's place it here. I just want to get these as well spaced as I can. Yeah, let's just go with that. That's 8. That's 8 more. Alright, good. So now it's just a matter of selecting the recipe. We want microcrystalline components. Where are you? There we go. Already producing. That's nice to see. Excuse me? What's your deal? Okay, so not all of these are going to copy for some reason. Why is that? Oh, because some of these are in different positions. I see why. I see what happened. Okay, hang on. Let's go ahead and just copy this one, because I can. And then this one I will have to place differently. Let's remove the sorter previews. And what I'll do is pull in the silicon and the copper from there. There's that. And now all I need to do is this. It's not pretty, but it works. It'll fill in the blanks. All right, so now let's output, and just for uniformity, output. All right, power-wise, we are still okay. And it looks like silicon high purity silicon is now the issue here. So tell you what, we're at the 40-minute mark for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here. In the next one, I'm going to take a look at what else I might be able to do to increase the output of high purity silicon, because it just seems like there's plenty here, but for whatever reason, the amount of high purity silicon that I have is not enough to satisfy the production needs of everything on this line. So we're going to need to do some piling. We're going to have to get creative with how this works in order to make this work a little bit better, because this single line is just at capacity, and that's one of the reasons that we are having issues with our processors at the moment. So we're going to get that worked out next episode, and then take a look at Alpha Andromedae 2 and head back to Gakrux, and we'll have some rocket launchers built automatically. By the way, let's take a look at that before we leave. 10.6 gigawatts. Any frames done? Any frames done? Getting close. Getting close. So good progress in that regard. It does seem like rocket launches have slowed down a bit, and that's probably due to the processor thing. So as we continue to improve that, those will hopefully get back to, you know, producing at a reasonable rate. But I want to do what I can to make this entire apparatus actually function as intended, because you can tell I have so much silicon being produced, but it's not enough. So what I may be able to do, hang on, I can see one solution potentially right now. What I may be able to do is just have a second line coming down this way to feed some of these buildings, so that there's twice as much silicon, you know, coming down this way, because there's clearly enough. I just need to split it so that some silicon is being fed here. And actually, that would work pretty well. And that might solve the problem entirely, but we need to work on that, because this is the reason that our processor shortage exists. We can see processors flowing a little bit more easily now, which is nice, but we still have lots of work to do. These things are such pests. I'm annoyed. But we'll get it done. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and additional perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.